All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Shots Podcast, episode 96. Today we have Oklahoma State heavyweight Luke Surber. So, what's up?
Nothing much, just finished up season. Took a little time off. About to get back into it soon. So,
Nice. All right. So, before we get into this episode, Derek has a quick word from our sponsor.
As all of you know, we are sponsored by Body Art Nutrition, a great supplement company based out of Minnesota. Link will be in the description below. You could use code HWTN20 at checkout to save 20% off your order.
3 in a row, right? I'm impressed. But
Let's go.
yeah, so just now getting right into things. So, you're the heavyweight at Oklahoma State, obviously filling in some pretty big shoes of Derek White, national finalist. So, just like, what has
yeah.
this year been like for you? Your first real year to wrestle?
It was a lot of ups and downs. Started out, it was doing pretty good, and then I hit a little rough patch in the season. I think I lost like 5 out of 6 matches or something like that. A couple of them like lost the duel for us, so it was pretty rough then. But then I had a pretty good Big 12s, and then I didn't do very good at nationals, but it was a pretty good year overall. I feel like I learned a lot of stuff, but just got to continue it into next year and keep building.
Yeah, I mean, obviously your schedule didn't do you any justice, having Gable as one of your first matches, I think. So,
Second match.
yeah. So, what's it kind of like to wrestle him? Like, you're a freshman technically still, so and you're going out there against an Olympic champ. Like, what's kind of like going through your nerves?
I mean, I really didn't have like too much. Nobody expected me to do much. Most people probably thought I'd go after and get like Tech or Pin probably or something. And it was his first match after the Olympics. So like, I don't know. I knew it was gonna be a challenge, but see where I was at, with the best guy in the world. So it was I don't know, maybe like one day it'll be a cool look back, say like I wrestled with that guy, like but yeah, it was. I mean, he's good, like he's like he's fast, but like he's really fast, but surprise like super fast, like probably like fast as a 25-pounder, like even at his size, like he could probably be like a 20, like he'd be just as fast as a 25-pounder probably. And he's obviously just real strong. Like he was getting so deep in my legs, like I wasn't getting them back.
Yeah. So, the season for especially your team has had, a lot of its ups and downs, especially after losing AJ for the season, things just started to go south. But talk a little bit about, you went to Tuttle in Oklahoma. Like, what was your high school career like there?
It was pretty good. My dad was a head coach at Tuttle, so he coached me like throughout my whole life pretty much. And then I had a really good high school team. We were top 10 in the country, I think, like most of the way through. My senior year, we were really good, but we had like 3 of our good guys. They missed the whole senior year with injuries, so that was a little disappointing. But other than that, I mean, I had a pretty good high school career. I won 3 state titles, a couple time Fargo American. I wrestled. I placed at quite a few tournament, like big tournaments. So it was good. It was a good total. It helped me a lot. I mean, molded me who I am. So it was awesome.
I want to say you started your career off as like a 138 pounder as a freshman,
113 my freshman year.
113 as a
Then
freshman. Okay.
138, then 52, then 82, then 97. I believe.
So obviously you've pretty much been everywhere there is to be weight class wise. So
Yeah.
what are your kind of your thoughts? Like just going from one of the smallest to the biggest weight class?
It really like it wasn't that big of a change until like 97 to heavyweight, and like it really after like looking back, it really should have been that big of a change. But I think I almost changed my style a little bit too much, like and stopped wrestling like how I was like kind of during the middle of the season, not shooting as much and just like getting in this like 1 point matches where I normally I'm shooting, getting in scrambles, because that's where my strong point. So it was it was pretty good, but yeah, that's the biggest thing I think. Just not changing who I was, just continuing to be like just wrestle, wrestling position, not try to just get in a pushing match or 1-1 match, because that's what they want most heavyweights.
Yeah. I think people a lot kind of really, I want to say this really included you, but after the first Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma duel, the whole AJ blast doubling the heavyweight from Oklahoma, if you want to,
Oh, Heinzelman.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean to talk about that a little
I
bit?
mean, yeah, like I don't really know how much there is to talk about, but I think
Yeah.
that was one of the most
I
requested
don't. I don't
things.
know. I know there was like a little backstory. I
Yeah,
don't really know like the whole between his brother, and then I think they exchanged some words, and then somebody shoved somebody, then AJ double legged him, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't that big of a deal. But
yeah,
I mean, our fans just thought it was a big deal, but it wasn't that bad.
yeah. So okay, I think you guys dueled twice this season, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
you lost Heinzman, I want to say in like double overtime the first time, and
Yeah.
then you took
Yeah.
him out the
Overtime.
second. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then the
and then I
second
wrestled
time,
in NCAA.
yeah.
I wrestled in my first round of consolation at NCAAs, and I beat him 8-2. But so
Okay, yeah. So the second time, do you pay like any mind to like AJ's like Instagram posts?
I saw it. I don't. I normally never read through them all because they're
Yeah,
so long, but yeah, I saw him. Yeah, he don't they don't he don't like him. I don't think they like him, but
yeah.
I don't have nothing against.
I think it's kind of interesting to
It's
go.
there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting to go through. I think a lot of people have their mixed emotions, but he's just kind of there. Like he doesn't really
Yeah,
care about anything. He's just kind of saying whatever to say it.
yeah. I mean, he don't. That's who he is. He's got to say what's ever on his mind, and like that's just who he is, and you're not gonna change him. So you either hate him or you love him. So
Yeah. What's your relationship like with him, like in general?
it's pretty good. We were last year we were like workout partners every day, and I got a lot better wrestling with him. Like he's real smart IQ and stuff. And we got a good relationship. He helps me a lot. Like he's real. A lot of people don't give credit. He's super like intelligent wrestling wise. Like just like it's like just naturally. I feel. I mean, not naturally. He's wrestled his whole life, but he's really smart wrestling wise, and he knows like just a lot of just like he picks up on little things you do or like other people you. And so that's what I think people often underestimate about him. But we have a good relationship. I mean, I can call him and he would do anything for me. So, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So he's a good teammate.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be crazy. I know you went to high school with one of your current teammates now. One of them went to Tuttle with you, right?
Yeah, Dustin Plot.
Plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that like for you both? What was your college decision like going through, with the whole process? I mean, I think you were a 3-time Oklahoma State champ. So what was that like for you going through that process? And what was it? Was the dream always Oklahoma State? Or was
I
there,
mean,
a couple other schools that you looked at and Oklahoma State was just where you felt like home?
I looked at quite a few schools, but I always wanted to come to Oklahoma State. You grow up in Oklahoma, and like you always want to wrestle for Oklahoma State. You grow up, you want to wear the orange singlet. So like you always want to go here. But it wasn't a foregone conclusion. I took I think 4 visits, and I liked every place. And I was close to going to other schools, but at the end of the day, I just the tradition here and just like growing up, wanted to be a cowboy. It's an hour and a half away from where I live, um, and it just was the right decision for me. So
Yeah. So a
I
big
mean,
thing I don't think we touched on is your coach, the greatest American wrestler of all time. I'm pretty sure that plays a big part in every kid
yeah,
coming to Oklahoma State. Like, what does he like add to like just like you, the program, and everything?
he adds a lot. He's done a lot of things for Oklahoma State wrestling, and he's a really good coach. He gets the best out of his athletes. He knows like I don't know. He holds us to a high standard. He wants us to train. Like we probably don't train as hard as he did, but that's what he expects us to be like. Try to. We're not obviously going to be like him, but he holds us like that level of thinking of how he thought. When he was competing. We probably don't. We probably don't think near like he does, but because he was a madman when he was training and stuff. You've probably heard stories about him, just like waking up in the middle of the night and going to train. Because he couldn't sleep because in Russia it was daytime and he couldn't think about it. But so he holds us to a high standard, like training wise. We train pretty hard. I feel like compared to most teams, but it helps us prepare us for the end of the year because by the end of the year we're in good conditioning and he'll back off of us, so we'll be ready for the end for what really matters. Nationals. But
Being on a team with maybe guys like aren't top team right now, but in terms of like just straight talent on the team, you have Dayton Fix, who's two-time world team member, and AJ Ferrari, you can still go on to be a four-time national champ, right? And then you
Mhm.
get to practice with him pretty often, I would assume,
Yeah.
if he's back in the room yet. Yeah. So what is that kind of like, just being in the presence of, Dayton Fix, who might go down as one of the greatest wrestlers?
It's like cool, Coach made a good point, I think, last year at one of our banquets, like talk about guys he learned from. And so it kind of changed my perspective, so like I try to pick up from things that they do really good and try to implement them into my wrestling. So just like for Dayton, he's like scrambles, and I mean he works hard. He comes in every day with a good attitude. And he just as far as he's a great leader for our team, so trying to be more like him. And he's just a great all around great person. And I mean, we obviously didn't have like the results we wanted this year, but I mean, we're not far off. We're not that far off. We just need to have good off season, and we will. We'll come back next year and we'll be right there where we belong, up at the top. So um, yeah. So and for just being around them, it just helps. Like I was saying, like just trying to pick up, and it elevates your game because you don't want to be the weak link, or you want to be on that level. So it just elevates all of us. We're all training at that level or trying to can train at that level that they're training at. So it just it elevates us a lot, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I mean, Dayton Fix, he hasn't got the outcome he wanted, but I mean, you still can't take away that he will go down probably as one of the best American wrestlers with, not even counting his college career. With a guy like that who has such an amazing Olympic career, I mean, he's got to just add so much to that team aspect.
Yeah, he does. He's like he's pretty quiet, but like he leads by example. He does all the right things. I mean, he's just an overall great leader for us, and he hasn't got his results, but like you can't judge him off those
Oh yeah.
couple matches. Like he's still up there. I don't think anybody is. He's still a great wrestler, and hope he will go down as one of the greatest, like you said. But he's not. I mean, he's obviously not satisfied, but hope to come back, and he's still got two more chances to win national title, which he will, and then he'll go on and he'll win world and Olympic medals. So it's just a setback right now, but I know he'll come back a lot stronger like he has in the past.
Yeah, he's definitely my pick, I think, to win the world title this year at 61 kilos.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
especially if Russia's not there. I mean, he killed
yeah,
everybody else.
yeah, I think
Down
that
to
kind
Russell
of,
now, but
yeah, 100%. I think that kind of takes away from a lot with Russia not being there, but that's nothing you can really
yeah,
change at this point. So you're not going to be able
yeah,
to
you
see
can't
Snyder
control that,
live.
but
Yeah,
yeah, but
I think
can't control
that's,
that.
yeah, that's definitely a good thing though for, I think, Fix. Just finally get him back on track. He picks up a gold medal, and then I think that momentum is what he needs to finish out his college career with two national titles there.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Especially next
Obviously,
year being in Tulsa.
yeah, 100%. I think that brings up a good point. Michigan Team 100 this year. You know, uh, Nationals in Detroit. I think maybe that didn't go 100% the way it's planned, but I think it's. What does it feel like to have Nationals in your pretty much your home? I want to say.
I don't know. I think it'll be better. I mean, we had Big 12s in that play or in that arena, and it's been there for the past couple years, so we're real familiar with it. But I don't. It'll help. Just we'll have a big fan base, with being there. The fan base will be awesome there, especially we'll be right back in. We'll be hunting for a trophy, national championship next year. Um, but it should be really cool. Because most of our teams from Oklahoma, I think like 6 out of 10 starters are from Oklahoma, and I think we return everybody besides Gear next year, and G maybe. Um, he's up in the air, but so it'll be cool for just the Oklahoma kids to have a big fan base. Even if they're not Oklahoma State fans, they're still going to cheer for the Oklahoma guys just because they're there, and they want to see Oklahoma succeed. So that'll be awesome next year.
Yeah. So you're talking
we
about.
we plan on making a trip down. Hopefully, that's probably one of our goals next year is to be in Tulsa to
Come
watch.
down and visit. Come down and visit
Yeah,
Stillwater before you go.
Oh, it sounds great, man. We're trying to, end goal for this year. One of probably our biggest goals is for next year to go to nationals and get media passes and be able to do like live interviews at nationals. That's
That'd
probably
be awesome.
one of our biggest goals.
Yeah.
So
That's for sure. If you guys keep, I mean, you guys have grown a lot. I mean, I bet you for sure could. You're one of the biggest, like, I mean, at least social media pages, for wrestling right now. So
yeah,
Yeah. With you talking about it being Tulsa, for Big 12s, you had a great Big 12 tournament
yeah,
this season.
yeah,
So, obviously didn't go to as planned. Wyatt Hendrickson, Yen's phenomenal wrestler. But I think I want to say you were a 6 seed or 7 seed.
seven seed.
7 seed made the finals. Impressive on his own right. If you want to talk a little bit about your path to doing that.
Yeah. So I knew I had a pretty decent draw. I mean, all those guys are pretty good. So like, I knew I was gonna have somebody pretty tough, but I drew the UNI kid first. It beat me. I ended up majoring him, and then I had Elam, and that match. I don't know if you guys saw the first match. I came out, took him down, and then he reversed me, and then I like reversed into his back, and he rolled me through and pinned me, kind of helped him win the duel. So I knew wrestling him. I knew I wrestled him before, so I knew I could beat him. I went out, I got a takedown, and then he ruled me out in the second. He's pretty good on top, and I almost got away a couple times. And then in the and he turned me, got 2 near falls. So he was up 3-2 with riding time. And so then I go, or he goes down, I let him up, and I take him down with like 50 seconds left, and I ride him out in the in the overtime, or to make it go to overtime, then take him down in overtime. In semis, I had Iowa State that he beat me too earlier in the year. And that match, it wasn't my best match. I was scrambling pretty good, but that's not how I wanted to wrestle. So I gave up, or I gave my legs up like 6, 7 times, which he didn't come close to take me down any, but I don't know. I just don't want to wrestle like that. I want to be the guy on the legs. If they get to my legs, I can scramble, but I want to be the one shooting. But so I beat him, and then Hendrickson, I wrestled all right. I came out, got the first takedown, and then after that, it kind of caught me in a cradle, and then just kind of spiraled out of control. But
Yeah.
overall, it was a pretty good tournament.
What do you think kind of separates Hendrickson? Because I know he was wrestling, great for the entire season, was undefeated, going into nationals. Then obviously Lance beat him in a close one. I think most people would put that up as a toss up. Then I want to say he kind of like fell apart in the consolations.
I didn't know what happened. I for sure thought he would be like top 5 for sure. But
Yeah,
I'd
I had
wrestled,
him.
I'd wrestled,
Yeah,
I'd wrestled a couple of guys, and I thought he was probably better than most of those guys besides
yeah.
Gable. But
I know he lost
um,
to Orndorff 9-5, which kind of shocked
yeah,
me a little bit.
yeah, I wrestled. He's kind of big, but I don't know. I didn't see that match, but
Yeah. I
um,
know
I,
Lance wrestled like really good, so I'm not surprised that Lance
yeah,
won that
that
one.
match I could see how it went,
Yeah,
but um, yeah, I don't. He's pretty strong, and he shoots well for a big guy. Um, I think he put on a little bit of weight and strength that kind of helped him, and he got a good cradle on top. I think he might have turned me twice. He's pretty good on top, like turning wise, which you don't see a lot of heavyweights just ride. But I think he's been able to pin a lot of guys just on top. Just he's kind of got a knack for catching cradles and stuff. So I think that's why he's been so dominant because on his feet he's pretty good too. But I think top probably like separated him this year. I think he got some cradles and stuff and some different moves, and so he's just able to put people away and pin a lot of people. So
yeah. So you've wrestled, I want two of the best heavyweights in college right now, Gable, Cassiope. Have you wrestled Schultz, Paris, or
no, I have
Kirkett?
wrestled. I wrestled Jordan Wood too. I wrestled like
Wood.
um, I wrestled him, Hendrickson, and then yeah, I think those were the top guys I wrestled.
Yeah. What was kind of your feel of wrestling Cassiope? Because you wrestled him a lot better than most guys.
Yeah, I wrestled. I mean, I got in on a deep shot. I thought I had the takedown. I probably did, but I don't know. I guess they didn't call it. And then
Yeah.
really, I felt pretty good on my feet versus him, but bottom's kind of where I struggled this year. And a lot of my matches I've lost. I don't know. I just didn't get enough bottom. So maybe it's size a little bit, but that's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Um, I just got to get better on bottom and maybe explode off a whistle more, maybe. But yeah, I think bottom. He wore me down on bottom, and then when we got back to my feet, I was just a little tired. I think he got, I don't know, I don't know what he might have took me down like 2 times, 3 times, but I'm not really. I don't really remember. I know. I almost got the takedown. Then you got to take down at the end of the first, go up 2-0, and then I went down, rode me, so it's 2-0 after the first or second, and then I got hit for like stalling or something on bottom, but I don't remember what the score was, but it was ended up scoring some takedowns at the end.
Yeah. So it's your first year at heavyweight. What are you weighing? Where were you weighing in at this season?
Well, I got pretty light. Like I think in NCAAs I went in like 220, but
Oh wow.
yeah.
What are you
So I got
like
pretty light.
6'3"-ish?
Yeah. Like 6'2", 6'3". So
Okay.
I can put on some weight. I just like I started bulking up a little bit late because I wrestled in like U23s in June. So like May and all that. I mean, I was like getting bigger, but like I went down to 202. So like I wasn't like that big. And so like as soon as U23s got over, like I started and I got up to like 230, 232, and then I just lost it throughout the year. Just like training so much and like my metabolism was going. So but my plan is I'll get up to like 240, 245 in the off season. And then I'll probably lose some during season and be weighing around 235, 240 during season. So
Yeah, I
that's the
mean,
plan right now.
solid weight for the, the kind of new age heavyweight. Everybody's kind of in that 240, 250 range, other than Schultz,
Yeah,
who's
Schultz and Woods. Which
he,
Woods actually I didn't realize he bulked up, like he was trying to get like up to 280, because I think he got up to like, I think I heard an interview where he got like close to 300, just like bulking up, but because I think that's what, I don't know, his style fit best for him,
Yeah.
because he said he was trying
I
to get
mean,
lean.
yeah, I mean, you got a guy like Colton Schultz, who's a huge Greco guy, who's obviously wrestling 130 kilos, which is I think 297 pounds. So
286.
286
Yeah.
still. So he's trying to probably weigh close to 285 all the time, which
And that's a
is
tough matchup for like guys like me, or like
yeah.
it's like Kurt Levesque, he's a smaller guy. And the 280 guys are like you like wrestling guys are like your size, but I think yeah, I think there's that most definitely still heavyweights that, especially because he's super athletic too for being that big.
Yeah.
He's not just like a big guy. He can do some good stuff. Same with
Yeah.
Wood. She saw that flurry
Yeah.
in their semis was nuts. I mean, that's impressive. 280 pounds of piece flying like that.
Yeah. You were talking about again, you Kirkley being a bad matchup for Schultz. Have you seen the Mason Paris versus Colton Schultz match, the quarters?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. How'd
Okay.
that go?
So the first time I want to say Paris took a shot, but like he would, how he normally just like sheds like the overtime and just goes.
Yeah,
But
dude.
he's like what, 255-ish.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's
He's
like
a veggie.
he relies on what's it called, like just lifting and like kind of like head wheeling him.
I heard he's super strong. Like,
Yeah.
once he gets the play, he'll suck it in.
I remember seeing him squat like 800 pounds or something.
Yeah, he's well built. He could probably go play linebacker or D line.
He got a bunch of D1 offers to play linebacker. He was a stud football player.
Really? Yeah, I mean, he looks like he could go play football.
Yeah. I think this year's been rough for him. I remember he was talking about he had a herniated disc, but when he was wrestling Schultz, he went for
I
the
saw him.
yeah. When he went for the head wheel, Schultz tried to like roll him through and head pinch like he normally does. So he gave up a takedown there. But then if you watch the rest of the match, he's just constantly like beating the living crap out of him with the hand fight. And then you see Parrish just like panicking and taking shots. And just getting like spun behind over and over again.
Yeah. Well, I feel like once you get under Colton Schultz, you can't get out.
Yeah.
Like when you get sprawled on.
I bet that's one of his best positions, especially Greco, because it translates to Greco and folk style, where he can get those go behinds and make guys pay for shooting on him. But
because I think it's crazy because I know a bunch of people had the finals being like an absolute blowout for Gable, just based on straight athleticism. And you watch that match, and Colton's covering like a lot of his shots pretty effectively too.
I thought, I figured it. I didn't think Gable was going to bonus him just off of his previous matches, but and Schultz is really tough. But I knew Gable. I thought Gable might get one or two more takedowns, but Schultz is a big guy, so
yeah. So, I mean, what was it like for you taking that your first trip to nationals? What was it like that first day? You walk in the arena, seats are filled. What was that like for you? Was that a little nerve-wracking for you? Obviously, being all the way in Michigan, what was that like?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I think I wasn't like, I might have had a little bit of too much nerves maybe or something. I don't really know. 'Cause I didn't wrestle like how I thought I could and I can, but I don't know. It was a little nerves. It was like surreal, kind of like you're here. You've watched this your whole life. You've been there. Several times. So it was kind of surreal, but it was a good experience. But I gotta take the lessons I've learned from it and go forward with it, and figure out what I need to improve on next year to reach my goals.
This being your first national tournament, your first year at heavyweight too. So I think it's definitely something you're going to use as a learning experience for next year. So what are your goals heading into next season? Like placing wise, maybe conference or just in general?
Big 12 champ, obviously, and then national champ. It don't change. I mean, I'm at a really tough weight, so I mean, that's just I got to make those jumps, to beat those guys. I'm gonna have to beat world medalists, to win nationals. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to jump levels. I mean, and put in the work this summer just to put on the weight as well as working on my wrestling skills I need to get better at. So, but I know it's not gonna be easy. So, because I don't know, it's hard, but you're gonna have to be willing to sacrifice what others won't. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that John Smith training has to just be that next level. A lot of people talk about the Penn State training, the Iowa training, but I think a lot of people lack to remember, how crazy, like you said, John Smith's training was when he was, when he was wrestling internationally and in college. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that you struggled to hold that weight, because I'm sure
yeah,
you were
we were
going.
practicing it like we were like at the end, like probably like I don't know how long, probably the last 2 months of season, we were practicing at 3 and 8, which are only like an hour a piece. But like at the end of the 8 o'clock, we'd run stadiums every night. So up in Gallagher, and they're steep, but build our legs up. And then a lot of times I would wake up and lift at 7 in the morning. So there were I've taken a lot of naps. But
Have you personally seen the Ferrari deadlift?
I've seen him. I haven't seen him do 665 since his Instagram video, but I've seen him get pretty high. I don't know how high, but I've seen him. He's thrown around like he could do it. Like when he got a lot. I can't remember how much, but he could do it like once if he's training like fully like he was. But I don't know. I can't remember how much he did. It's probably on his Instagram, but I haven't seen it personally, but I'm sure he could do it if he wanted to. I don't know if he ever will, just with his injuries and stuff, but he could he's done it before, but I don't know if he'll do it anymore with his injuries.
I just remember being so impressed watching him hit the 665 deadlift. I was like, there's no way.
I know. I've worked like 'cause he does like box squats and like different stuff, like bent over row and stuff. There's some different stuff that and so I've done stuff with him, and I deadlift, like I'll do like 405 for like 5 or 8 reps. And I'm like, I don't know how you pull 665, AJ, because he's over there like he'll just like put 405 for like 15 reps. It's crazy.
If you've
But,
ever
no
seen
problem.
this, yeah. All right. So if you've ever seen this dude's Instagram, like when he was at high school, because he was at Bergen Catholic and Blair for a little bit, and I'm from Jersey, so I think he was like the talk of everything when him and his brothers moved from Blair to Bergen Catholic, and you see this dude like in his driveway every like 4 or 5 times a day he'll post on Instagram like some crazy workout where he'll just be blasting music and just yelling while like bouncing the living shit out of the bar, like benching like
And
400
one
like
thing I
300
found
pounds.
out, it's kind of crazy. Like a lot of his stuff, like I don't know if I should be sharing this, but it's not like it'll be like from later videos. Like it won't be like real time when you post it. Like because you'll be sitting with him or something, like talking, and like you'll look on your Instagram, and it's like, AJ, when you do this, you're like, oh, I did it last week. I just been saving to post it. I don't know if you guys knew that, but like it's not live like when you post some stuff. Like some stuff is, but like a lot of his workout videos will be like a day later or something. He won't post them right when he does them, but
Yeah. I think more than anyone, he's done a good job at growing his social media too, because I know he's big
Oh,
with
yeah.
like this NIL stuff.
yeah, even before the NIL, like he was like building up, like, yeah, like one day, like, they'll be paying college athletes. One day, like, yeah, sure, AJ, and then sure enough. So I mean, he's for sure top 5 in wrestling NLI deals. I'm not really sure like how much, but I know he's doing good. Like, I mean, not probably as good as like Gable, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think much college athletes are doing good like Gable.
Yeah. I think
That WWE money hits
yeah.
different.
I heard one kid from
Yeah.
Texas A&M pulled in like upwards of 10 mil. I heard a couple guys in their
Crazy.
So
program.
football,
Yeah.
football. Yeah.
You guys see those football things where they're doing like recruits, their NLI, like their net worth for NLI?
Yeah.
Like
That's
the number one recruit, Arch Manning, is like 1.2 million, which
I
is
mean,
crazy.
yeah, with
Like,
that last name. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that Manning name. Especially at quarterback. That Manning last name is worth every penny of that
Yeah.
1.2 million.
Hey, anybody listening to this wants to do an NLI, hit me up.
There you go.
I'll say. But
Hit
I
'em
think
up.
that becomes more interesting, because AJ obviously has 2 brothers. Pretty sure Anthony's
Yeah.
the one that's committed here. I'm not sure
The
if
middle,
Angelo's
and
committed
Angelo.
yet. Is Angelo committed yet?
I don't know if he's committed, but no,
But
he'll be the Cowboy.
yeah, it's pretty obvious. I think they're gonna get like pretty much like NIL deals like right off the bat too.
Yeah.
I think just
And
because of
I'm sure like I don't know, I haven't really tried that hard. Like you can probably get some local business just because you're an Oklahoma State wrestler,
Yeah.
to just like, I don't know. You probably wouldn't get much, but they might give you some free products or something, so
yeah.
cool.
I think it comes to a
I
point
feel like if I got
where
some stuff,
no, you got it.
I like supplement. If I got some supplements, that'd be pretty cool or something, like get supplement brand or something. But
There.
that'd be
Body
pretty
art
cool.
nutrition. Body art nutrition. They're very new supplement company based out of Minnesota. And they're pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, we're working on like maybe in the future dropping like our own pre-workout protein powder and all that. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
wait,
hook you
Your own
up.
custom flavor.
Yeah. What flavor are we talking about?
Oh,
For me?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. You'll
We're
have
not
to
supposed.
wait and
We
find
are
out.
not supposed to say this, but it's.
Hey, wait and find out. Wait and find out. We got a little something cooking up,
I might have to cop me some.
Yeah.
Get a little.
I'll
Code
hook you up.
HWTS20.
I'll hook you up with something. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, we could definitely talk to our guy. We'll see what we could do for you.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So, Derek, should we get into the questions or
What time is it? How long have we been going for?
35? I want to say.
Yeah, let's roll. We'll roll right into the
All right.
questions. here.
So the
Start
first
it off.
one I do, didn't go too well in the other podcast we did today, but before coming into this, we did 2022 national picks, national draft, the tournament.
Mhm.
Way too early 2023 picks.
You guys want me to pick?
Yeah, one from
Your
25
teammates do
down
not
to
have to see
heavyweight.
this.
Yeah, your teammates don't have to see it. We just had CJ out from Penn, and he named the entire Penn lineup except for Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks was the only kid that doesn't go to Penn that he said was going to win nationals. Penn's going 9 for 10 next season.
I don't know.
I mean, you got 2 given ones, so
Yeah,
I got 2 given ones. I'm probably gonna go. I'll do my. So I'll go. I'll go probably Lee at 25. Fix obviously at 33.
okay.
41. I don't really know.
Yeah, like
Who's gonna be
Real
there.
Woods.
Yeah, Real Woods. I don't know. I think Carter will surprise some people next year.
Is Carter
Yeah,
41? Or is he going up?
He'll be 41.
41.
He'll be
Okay,
41.
that's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know on that one. 49.
Yanni,
I'll go with
I think you
Yanni.
have to go. Yeah.
Yeah, 57.
Yeah, Quincy
Carr.
Monday. Yeah,
I'll go Carr.
solid.
65.
Might have to go Keegan.
O'Toole.
Okay. Do you think
74.
Shane Griffith can get him back?
Yeah,
Or
I
do you
do.
think
I
do you
do.
think
Actually,
Keegan just
I would.
passes him?
No, Griffith is a gamer. I had Griffith in the finals. I mean, after he beat Evan Wick, I was like, oh, he's not losing, but he did.
Yeah.
Tool, real good. 74. It's gonna surprise some people. Dustin Plott, he's coming.
Respect it.
Solid pick, yeah.
I think 80. Who's 84? I'll go Brooks.
Yeah.
97. Ferrari. Heavyweight me.
All right, I respect it.
Respectable choices.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been formulating some questions for we are heavyweight nation, so of course we're gonna have to ask you a food question for our fans. They love to know the inside of the food in the area. So you walk into the Oklahoma State cafeteria, the dining hall. What's the first thing you're grabbing? What's the go-to for you at the Oklahoma State dining hall?
So like, our dining hall is like, it's like an athlete thing. So like the dinners rotate, but like the breakfast is pretty much like the same. Like we got a egg bar, and then like we normally have like eggs, potatoes, hash browns, and then some like just like I don't even know, like some just eggs that are already like pre-cooked. And so I don't know. I normally every morning I'll eat like we have like either pancakes or like waffles or French toast. So I always get some of those every morning. And then I'll either get like 3 eggs over easy, and then I'll get some potatoes. But for dinner, my favorite meal, we got these like, they're like, I don't even like chimichangas, but they have the best there. I don't know what it is about them. They have chimichangas, and I can eat like a ton of those. And then we have like wing night. I like the wing night there at the training table. But that's probably what I'll go for. Yeah, those are probably my 2 favorite meals. But everything's pretty good up there. But
And then the final question, this one has been the ending of the podcast for every episode since I got joined on this. So you can pick 4 of your teammates to make your zombie apocalypse survival squad. I want to know who they are and a short reason why you're going to take them with you.
first one is Dakota Gear. 'Cause he's from Edinburgh and he's from Pennsylvania. Grew up on a farm. He could survive. Second, go with who would I go with? I'd probably go with Dustin. I mean, this guy's been without teeth for a year, so he'll figure some way out, he'll help us. He's got guns too, so bring those with us. I think I might go with Mastro. I mean, he's got snakes, like a ton of snakes, and he's got his own zoo, so he could help us with some animals.
Has a zoo?
Oh yeah, he's got a zoo out in Stillwater.
Oh.
Yes, there's a video on I think Oklahoma State Wrestling talking about it, and I can't remember the name, but yeah, they just opened up like the week of NCAAs. Like he was like, because he wasn't back home when it opened up, but he had like he's like had his brother working and stuff. But and then who else? Let me think. Trying to think.
I'm waiting for
Be like
one.
White Sheet,
Okay.
Okay.
Solid.
I know what you guys are waiting for, but I don't know if I could bring him.
You don't think so?
Bill Ferrari. I don't know if I could bring him.
Did you see
I don't know
that
if I could bring him
video
with me.
on his Instagram where he's just like I forgot what he was doing. But I remember Gable left the comments like, "I'm gonna tell my kids this was Scarface."
Yeah.
Where
Was it
he's
the
just
one
like
that had-
in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was unloading an
gun?
AK mag, like just mag dumping an AK, I think it was.
I think he had to delete that video. I mean, everybody saw it, but I think he had to delete it. But yeah,
Saved.
that was. I don't know. I mean, he might accidentally shoot my foot or something, So we gotta keep him. We gotta keep him home on that one.
All right, there's your survival
I
squad.
respect it.
Yeah. Luke, it was great talking to you. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank
no
you for
problem.
coming on, man. So this has been episode 96 of Late Night Shots. We'll see you guys again next time.